Today I'm going to talk about the brain. I think it's a pretty important organ. Okay, you think, oh yeah, you might say it's the heart. The heart, of course, is the engine, but the brain, this is the CEO. This is the executive decision maker. This is pretty important because our quality of life, our ability to apply ourselves, our ability to reach self-actualization or your full potential is going to be influenced by this organ here. Let's look at what the brain needs. 25% of the blood pumped by the heart goes to the brain. It's a lot of blood. What happens if you're breathing a little bit off and you're reducing blood flow to the brain? 20% of the oxygen that you take into your body goes to the brain. So your brain is pretty hungry. 2% of your body weight, but it consumes 10 times more oxygen than any other organ or system. If you're going around with your mouth open, and I did a couple of videos on this looking at Stranger Things, of course, was one of them. But anyway, mouth open breathing, you typically breathe a bit faster. You breathe upper chest because it's blowing off too much carbon dioxide. And the loss of carbon dioxide drives up blood pH. And too alkaline pH is not good either. The primary regulator of your blood pH is not the food that you eat, it's how much air do you breathe. Okay, so you blow off too much carbon dioxide, you drive up blood pH, and this puts brain cells into overdrive. And they start firing all over the place. Next thing, as there's a loss of carbon dioxide, blood vessels constrict. So, blood vessels narrow. And we said that the human brain, 25% of the blood pumped by the heart is going to the brain. Not only that, 20% of the oxygen brought into the body goes to the brain. As you take that air into your nose and it arrives in the small air sacs in the lungs, oxygen transfers from your lungs into the blood. Okay, so if we're breathing too hard and too fast, either during rest or during exercise or during sleep, we are literally causing our blood vessels to constrict. Let's look at oxygen, because back in 1904, there was a Danish physiologist called Christian Bohr, and he said that carbon dioxide is a pretty important gas because as carbon dioxide increases, blood pH slightly drops, and the red blood cells which carry oxygen release oxygen more readily, and that's the Bohr effect. The affinity of hemoglobin for oxygen reduces in the presence of carbon dioxide and drop to blood pH. We can literally influence brain cell excitability. We can influence blood flow that goes to the brain. We can influence oxygen delivery that goes to the brain.